to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandall with Journ Adventure Travel and Tours and Barron Real Estate, and I am joined here with my co-host,
Rebecca Denise with Superior Storage and Barron Real Estate as well.
And of course, we are here to serve you, to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what that means for each and every one of you and us as well is different. It could be different,
Absolutely.
right? You know, so it could be that, you know, you're wanting to get back on that bike. Maybe it's been 15, 20 years since you've been on a bicycle. You're going to get back out there, do some great workouts for yourself,
Do a
walk
road
10
trip.
miles.
Sure.
You know, you got those goals that you have set for yourself. So that could
absolutely.
be part of your bucket list. It could be buying a property for the first time ever.
Absolutely.
Buying an investment property. The list is endless.
It could
Traveling
be.
to great places.
Absolutely.
You know, so we go into all of these different things,
absolutely.
right?
Yep.
And of course, we are joined by Calvin with the CEDA
Yep.
Home Inspection and Services. And, you know, I just want to, you know, talk a little bit about Florida. You know, we love Florida. We love our sunshine, water, swimming. But sometimes we have a challenge when we're moving and maintaining, you know, the very thing that we love so much, right?
Right.
Right.
You know, so and we're talking about our backyard pools and
Yep.
spas. Routine maintenance and inspections go a long way in keeping both of those things in top condition, right?
That's
Calvin?
right.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you know, with that in mind, we're going to talk to Calvin. He's going to give us some great information, hopefully today. And, you know, why, Calvin, is the maintenance and inspection so important when owning pools and spas? Why is that?
Well, because a pool and spa can cost you a lot of money if it fails prematurely or you don't know about it. So a lot of times damage can be occurring behind the scenes,
Okay.
and then it could turn into bigger problems unexpected.
What do you find is like the most common damage thing that you run into with that sort of thing?
Settlements, where the
Okay.
pool settles, burst pipes underground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then it would leak.
Right.
That
yep,
sounds
and-
frightening.
Right, and then you wind up with a water bill that's high. You think it's normal, but it's actually
Yeah.
paying a lot
When
more.
it's 30,000,
Wow,
gallons you
that is
went
a
through
lot.
or something.
That's it. Absolutely.
So what about when it settles? Is that similar to a sinkhole, or it's just settling like you normally would with concrete
More,
and
more,
building?
more like hairline cracks, where then
Okay.
your water, you know, you start losing water.
So
And-
the
yeah.
only way to repair that would be to take out the water, right?
Yep, take it. Yeah,
Oh,
take it.
that's
Take
a
it out. They do make stuff that can be prepared underwater, but most
Okay.
of the time it's remove the water
Yeah.
below that
It
repair.
doesn't seem fair, does it? You
No,
know,
it
You got to
doesn't.
get rid of the water so you can get
You
more
put,
water.
put more water.
Yeah.
But you know, the pool adds so much value down here.
Right.
I mean, to build a pool or install a pool, you're still at a wait list.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
sure.
if you buy a home with the pool, you know, that's part of the way you want to live your life.
Right. Yeah.
So you want it to be
Right.
perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the latest price so far I've heard of around $75,000 for a pool.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
that's not
That's,
You know,
right.
and
That's
not,
about
and
right.
that's not the fancy bells and whistles.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
that's
Yeah.
your nice, you know, kidney shaped with a deck. And
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little hole in the ground.
That's it. Exactly.
Hopefully they have stairs in the pool.
yes, that would be something, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, a lot of people don't realize that you do this type of inspection, is that
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And whether it's for pools or spas, now that probably doesn't include some of these, you know, off-site ones. You're talking about the built-ins, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And they
Exactly.
have little waterfalls and all those little
Right.
fancy things
Right.
they could have.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So what is involved in the process when someone goes to have an inspection like that done? What is I guess you give us a high-level overview of what that looks
Yeah.
like.
Well. Yeah. It's really the equipment that does all the work, and stuff,
Okay.
and we just learn how to use the equipment.
Okay.
And so, but basically, we check the motor, the age, how much water able to flow through there, and then we have listening devices that we place on, you know, different areas just to see if there's water leaking. Then of course, we ask questions and talk to the pool maintenance guy that comes and builds the
That's good,
pool,
too.
service the pools, you know, once a week, and stuff. And we put all that information together to kind of like give you a good report to let you know the condition of their pool, whether it's not something that's happening or something that's gonna be needed before it happens.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's not a detriment. It all like crumbles in or something.
Right. You're not caught off guard because a pool leak can be expensive.
And you would want a pool service once a week.
Right, yes.
Right,
You-
yeah.
Right, yeah, to keep the chemicals and everything
Everything all
balanced.
set.
And then also, your pool guy can also hear, he'll get accommodated to your motors and know if it's making a different sound from last week to this week.
Okay.
And so,
It's great that you communicate with the very person who sees it,
yeah.
the
on
maintenance
a-
side of
important.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
This
yeah.
way you're getting the whole story versus just,
Right.
obviously using the equipment and checking it, but then you could pull together the information.
Right, that he's
Yeah,
noticing
good.
and stuff. So that, and we do that all the time.
Do you check like the barrier around the pool, or that's separate?
No, we check everything
Okay.
because we have the license for it. So
Okay.
we
Okay.
check everything. In fact, we go way beyond what the pool companies or
Okay.
pool guy would do.
Oh, good. Well, that's
And-
important.
And so,
Now, is it something, I know a lot of times people wait to get something like that done when they're ready to sell their house.
Yeah.
right,
They don't think about it before then,
right,
most of the time.
right.
So what is your recommendation in regards to, that, the maintenance side of that?
Well, to me, it's a great selling feature. If you can have a report done on the pool before you even have the house listed or have it, as far as having a report that's listed
Right.
with the home sale that shows documentation that the pool is certified, no leaks, and it runs in an age and a year. All that stuff is great selling points you can put in your.
Is there like a lifespan for a pool, or it's just, you just want to do the ongoing
Well,
maintenance to protect?
Yeah, because
the asset.
really that's what it is. Your maintenance is going to determine your lifespan.
Okay.
You do maintenance, good professional maintenance, then it's going to last forever.
Right,
or,
and
I
that's
mean,
important because
and
it's
if
part
you
of the
don't,
value.
right? And if you don't, then it ain't going to last very long.
Okay. Are you seeing like a lot of little splash pools? People on some of the new construction, like you would see like at the lakes in Port St. Lucie maybe?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, a lot of that and stuff, and because of the recent hurricane, we did a video out there on YouTube and TikTok, Twitter, and all that good stuff to
Yes.
kind of show people how to prepare your pool before the hurricane,
that's
before the storm,
fantastic.
before the
Okay.
rainy season.
So what do they do? Do they
And
have to
so-
cover it, or what should they
Well,
do?
well, you can, of course, you can cover it, but what we recommended was to drain the pool a foot below, a foot based on the amount of rainwater
Okay.
that's expected, and those numbers could be easily be guided from the
Yeah,
Weather
one less
Channel.
flood.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a good
exactly.
idea.
And so, and also draining the water too much can cause cracks and stress cracks and problems. So a lot of times
Yeah,
people
the weight of the water helps them.
yeah, because the ground becomes saturated, soft, and the water table changes, and therefore you can actually
End up with a pool that pops out of the
yeah
ground.
and
Oh, I
crack
wouldn't have even thought of
and
that.
leaks and
So
a lot
that's
of
really crucial then. That's a big deal then.
Yeah,
To drain
absolutely.
it properly.
yeah. And
Versus-
so, right, because over draining and under draining can both
Right.
ways can definitely
Gotcha.
hurt
Yeah,
you.
that's important, yeah.
Okay.
Especially
Okay.
pools, like super nice.
Oh
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right.
And
And stuff. And so far, those that called us to just to verify how much, we were able to give them those answers, those exact answers.
that's
so,
a great service.
Now, for those people out there who are purchasing an existing home,
Right.
we're in an area in Port St. Lucie actually where, a lot of people were doing builds back in between '04 and '08. So those homes are starting to age
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it standard when you're doing an inspection on a home, just a regular home inspection? Is the pool included, or is that something that's separate? How does that work?
We include the pool.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do include the pool. And if they really want a detailed report where everything get analyzed as far as the water, as far as the, just a lot more detail as far as leak checks and stuff like that, then that would be an additional cost, maybe about
Of course.
$75, $100, somewhere
It's not
around
bad.
there. And
Well,
stuff,
it's
because
worth
then,
it
yeah, because
compared
then
to
we
the
check it
value.
for leaks. We check it for leaks that's not known to a person. That's yeah.
Yeah, the sellers may not even realize they have a slow leak or something.
Right, yeah. And-
But
and-
that's important to the buyer.
Right, and then we can always recommend it while we're
course.
there based on the condition and the maintenance that we see. We say this one needs a little bit further investigation and stuff, because you can spend an hour to 2 hours on a pool inspection by itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus you have, the patio around it and everything else. And all
right.
that has to be steady too and
Right,
solid.
exactly. And so, but really,
Now, I know your website makes reference to pool inspections are really a two-part inspection. So can you break that down for our listeners today?
yeah, so far as the two-part would be the one that you have, where we just do it in the sense of your general home inspection. So you're not paying extra for it, but
Right.
you're still getting it. And then you're getting one that's more of a certified, where we can actually provide a certificate as far as the inspection. And that's where we actually check it for leaks, even though we don't think there's none there. And that's what using sonar listening devices, pouring liquids into
Perfect.
the pool.
And that's
And it-
important for the insurance too.
Right.
So this way they have the certificate and it could tie into getting the homeowner's insurance.
Right, yeah, yep, exactly.
Oh, good.
And so,
What if you see a pool that doesn't have like the gate or the barrier or any of the protecting around it that's required?
yeah, then we make notes of
You
that
do, okay.
and so,
Okay.
and,
Okay, so this way if the buyer doesn't know, they know to protect it.
right, exactly, or to
Okay.
get it, or to
Right.
know that that's gonna be a purchase that they're gonna have to make.
Right, okay, perfect. Do you look at the pool pump and all that stuff?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
So
the-
you're doing the whole thing?
Yeah, the
Okay,
age, the
perfect.
year, maintenance, whether a do-it-yourself project, because we oftentimes, homeowners would do their own pool repair in the sense of
Oh,
gluing,
Yeah.
two fittings together. We can always tell if it was done professionally
crooked
or
one.
yeah, if it was done professionally or if the homeowner did it
Or they were
themselves.
watching a YouTube video.
They should just be
Right, right.
cleaning the pool at this point,
Yeah,
besides the pool guy.
yep, and and,
Okay.
and what have you.
Good.
Well, is there anything that we didn't discuss that comes top of mind, or some things out there that you find are most common of what you're running into when you do these types of inspections for pools or spas?
Yeah, nobody gets it fixed until it breaks.
Yeah, they don't want to,
That,
right?
right. That, yeah.
They think they're saving money, but maybe in the long run,
Right.
they're not.
Yeah,
It's-
that's when it becomes where it's like, we got a bill now, where, a high bill or high repair bill where some things could have done to prevent that from ever getting that way.
Right.
Gotcha.
And so it's worth it. Once a year, once a year, pool inspections recommended
Oh, of course.
and stuff, even on a new pool or definitely an older pool.
Right, well, this way it could also tie into the one-year warranty if it's a new construction.
Right.
In the past, all those other things that you need to do just to maintain your home. So now we just need to include the pool.
Right, exactly. Because a lot of times people don't understand that they buy a brand new pool and it says a warranty. Well, the warranty doesn't cover everything, and
Right.
it feels though it covers everything, and it doesn't. And so something will break. It's not covered under warranty, and then
Yeah, and that involves their,
Yeah.
their cost for labor and all of those things. that
right,
are involved.
exactly.
What happens when they drain the pool? I mean, when you're draining it a foot or foot and a half, is that a concern because you're draining the water out into their yard and things of that nature? Is that a concern?
No, because most people drain it out to the street.
Okay,
And
so then they'll just go out there.
Yeah, or somewhere,
makes
'cause-
sense.
yeah.
Okay.
So this way it doesn't get saturated, especially if there's a storm coming.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have a
And-
flood before the flood gets here.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And it's always probably better, you can, if you're gonna have your pool chemicals added that week and it's storming and what have you, and you're gonna most likely drain your pool, and so if you're gonna have a chemical imbalance, so you probably this week hold off on
Wait off.
using the chemicals in the pool,
Yeah, good. Well,
and
that's
so that'll
interesting.
save you some money.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody loves a pool, so it's got to be taken
Oh,
care
I
of.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And,
I know.
there's so many homes that have them here in South
Oh,
Florida.
Oh, definitely.
You
Yep.
know, and they spend a lot of time in that. I mean, sometimes they don't think about the fact that they've invested that $75,000 in
Right.
a pool, that maybe it's worth it for them to spend that
Right.
maintenance and,
Yeah, because what's
every
your other
year.
option? I mean, you can't take it out, you fill it. I mean, that's a financial and permanent nightmare too.
Yeah.
So you're better off maintaining it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely. And then you can always set aside within your budget as far as with the maintenance and with the repairs and stuff, because eventually everything wears out and
Of
gets
course.
old and needs to be replaced. So if you set that budget up,
And you're good.
then you're good. When it happens,
Well, and it's important to plan that out, simply because, I mean, I can't speak for you guys, but it's already November. You know, it felt like it was just January,
I
right?
know.
That's right.
Crazy. It goes by so quick.
Yeah.
But for Florida, you know, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter. We still want to swim in our pools.
That's it.
But, you know, there's people all over the country that have pools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're just closing theirs up when we're just still going to go in
Yeah.
ours.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're going to take a little
Yep.
break, and when we come back, we're going to move on to a topic for well and septic systems.
All right. Sounds good.
Journaventure Travel and Tours, where it's about your journey, not just the destination. Picture a world full of amazing places yet to be discovered. Where do you begin? Whether your bucket list includes cruising in the Caribbean, exploring vast nature in Alaska, or experiencing exotic worldwide places, we're here to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. Your journey begins from the moment you let go and let us handle the details for you. So call us today. Journaventure Travel and Tours, 772-882-3165.
Welcome back, everyone. Again, I'm Rebecca Denise from Superior Storage and Barron Real Estate, co-host with Tammy Crandell. So we were talking about pools. So real quick, Kelvin, what about solar heaters for pool? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, they're pretty good, but I'm finding out that most people that spend that extra money to do that don't necessarily use it still.
Okay.
And it still costs energy. It just maybe not as much as it would if
Okay.
you were just straight.
So they're just keeping it warm for the alligators.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
that's it. And it takes a day or two for it to reach a temperature, and
Okay.
then, of course,
So you really got to decide if that's something you want or
yeah.
not
So
want.
if you know you can definitely swim this weekend, you gotta know by Thursday so your pool can be ready.
Right, put it on earlier.
Yeah, and so that way you got good temperature.
What about those black solar covers? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, I was more so the solar that was dealing on the roofs.
Oh, okay.
But solar covers that help maintain
The heat.
the heat inside, and from what I've seen, they do work. You can,
Okay.
you know, there's liquid, which is considered liquid solar
Okay.
heating, and then it
Amazing.
locks. Yeah, it's like a liquid that you pour into the pool, and then kind of like this spreads out like water on oil and
gosh.
coats the top surface. Kind of locks some of
Wow.
the heat in.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it is. But hey, they say well,
Pour liquid
Yeah.
for heat, you know? It's
far as the test,
Sci-fi.
yeah,
Oh.
far
Yeah.
as the test, it appears to have worked, at least for the people who did the test.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
true. So let's switch to well and septic conditions and water quality and taste. And I got a letter yesterday from Port St. Lucie. I don't know if everybody, but they were sending it to all the residents. And there is a concern about water being, potable and things like that.
Right.
And obviously we have such older pipes here, so that's another issue with lead. But what are your thoughts on having inspections for the well and septic?
Definitely,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. If you got both, definitely, because those are really, really, really big expenses and stuff. And if they fail, unexpectedly, and so you can be without no water, and you can be without a well.
Well, and-
I mean, septic.
Plus
Yeah,
the
the
yards are
septic conditions
smaller,
could be bad.
so you
Yeah.
got to have the space to actually put the septic in and the lines. So that could be an issue too if you don't have the space.
Yeah,
So are you looking at their drainage fields?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. But there's definitely maintenance to those,
Okay.
because a lot of people use Ridix
Right.
once a month or whatever it recommends itself for us to
Right.
put that in there. I would say do it.
Right, and all the
it-
chemicals that we're using inside the house that's going out somewhere.
Right, yeah, all that stuff.
Do you
know.
do the actual water test too for everybody?
Right, yeah, we
Okay.
do, yeah, there's several water tests, like a VA type test,
Right,
and
yeah.
then a HUD test, and
Yeah, like
yeah.
a FHA.
Yeah, exactly. And all the water contains, something.
Right.
And so it's basically, my advice is to get a water test to see what's in your water first.
Right.
And then buy a water purifying system
Okay.
for that type of water that you're having coming into the house.
Okay. What do you think about those filters that you put in your refrigerator, to help the water? I mean, how could this little thing?
It only filters like 12 or 23 of the type of chemicals that your water is actually coming into
Wow.
your house.
That's scary too.
Yeah, so you're still getting a lot of bad stuff, just not enough to kill you right away.
Thanks.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah. So it helps, but you're still getting a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
But it's best to buy a filter system that's going to filter what type of water you have coming into your house.
Right.
And therefore you realize you're drinking real, pure, clean, healthy,
I know.
Healthy water.
healthy water.
That's the hard thing, because
Yeah.
some areas are on boil, and this is an issue all over the country with
Yeah.
potable water or lack of water.
Yeah.
So that's hard. How often should they be pumping the septic and treating that?
And so that could be depends on, I would say, every couple of years, but it also depends on the amount of people
Household size.
You have in
Yeah.
your home. Gotcha.
yeah, how many people you got.
Yeah, you see
It's all
some
the
people that
tissues.
there's
If you have
10
Tammy's,
people.
if you have Tammy's Village, yeah.
Your maintenance on that there.
But I would think it would be an issue with such small properties and they're so on top of each other. Obviously, HOAs don't have septic, so this is the older inventory.
Right, yeah, and
Okay.
now if there's city or water, septic sewer system available, it kind of like making you tie into that.
Yeah,
now.
no, it's
Oh, are
FHA,
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense, it's cheaper for the customer.
Right.
It's more advantageous. I mean, now on the FHA loans,
Yeah.
they will require you to tie in.
Yeah.
Which is actually in the long run a good
Mm-hmm.
thing. If they did tie in, do they just abandon the old septic? They don't have to remove it or anything here, do
No,
they?
I haven't seen where
Okay.
they're removing it. Just
Well,
more
that's
so
good.
just putting in a new system.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and then, and a new system, you can, that'll just be part of your utility bill.
Right.
So you have to come out of pocket for it.
Now, when you do your inspection, what types of things are you looking for in these systems? Like, what are some
So-
trouble spots that you're looking for?
Like where if the drain field and the grass is dead around the drain field. That's
There's
good-
a sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got dead grass around the drain field because
That's
poop is good fertilizer.
That's right. That's right.
And if you don't have any poop around your drain field,
It's not going to be green.
you're not gonna be green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another reason not to go in the grass on older
That's
properties.
right.
That's it. And then what would be the other thing? Be more so.
Like leaks or cracks, maybe, just like
Yeah.
the pools would have.
Yeah.
It could be overuse. I mean, if you're going to do an inspection and you see 10 cars and you have 2 people buying it,
Right.
and it's built for a 2-bedroom and it's permitted,
Right.
and then you have all these people, it's just,
Right,
Yeah.
here's something we see a lot. We oftentimes see people convert their garage into a living quarters,
yeah,
add an unpermitted bathroom, and now that overworks the system.
yeah.
Because when your house is built, it's built for the 1 or 2 bedrooms
Right.
or bathrooms that's there. You just added a third one, plus another person or 2 people
Wow.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
now you're overworking your system, or you finding yourself having to clean it more
Like
often.
it's not the right size because
yeah.
it
Yeah,
doesn't
then-
know it needs
yeah.
to accommodate more.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And stuff, and then people tie into those things,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
their own do-it-yourself
Now,
type way.
are you finding issues in the piping system sometimes on these older homes? or
All the
how-
time, the elevation and the piping, when a homeowner decides to do it themselves and not have it properly done, we find that, and that's where it comes in, where it's good to have it inspected or have us inspect the home before you purchase it that has that,
Right.
because people will clean a system that day, and 6 months later you realize you got
Right,
a
so-
$10,000 bill.
Wow.
Yeah, they're making it
that's a
look good
problem.
and then,
Right,
so
yeah.
trying to hide the problem.
Right, it happens all the time. People,
And
Feel
then, not
very
to
good.
mention the washing machine, everything. And they obviously tie the washing machine into the septic here, correct?
right, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because all the time we see a lot of garages converted with a washer and dryer, sink,
I didn't
toilet,
see
tub,
that.
shower, a
Wow.
whole
Pools.
nother setup and stuff. And the house wasn't built for
Yeah.
2 washers, 4
Yeah.
toilets, and
Now, I know one of the things that you mentioned on your site with these types of things is you're checking for past or present leaks. So how do you check for a past leak? How does that
well,
work?
well,
just curious.
discoloration, depending on where we're looking at, but discoloration, if it's in between the walls, we see the wall kind of like has like water stain marks or
Oh,
stuff like that.
okay.
And then we have equipment also with cameras on there that can actually go through the lines and see what's in there.
Oh, so you're going down, oh, okay.
Yeah, so,
And what
That's
type
gotta
of
be a
equipment
sticky
are
job.
you using to do that?
well, more like Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, yeah. So snake cameras and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
gotcha.
cameras that can.
Isn't that amazing, the stuff that we have now compared to,
yeah.
20 years ago?
You wouldn't believe.
Yeah, we
And
just,
so-
there was a house, we were like, good, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like the tech guy. So if there's a new piece of equipment out there, I'm trying
You're
to.
grabbing it.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm grabbing it. We go, and that's what gives us the advantage over a lot of home inspectors and stuff like that. If we usually make the investment on
Right.
purchasing the latest equipment. Sometimes even if we already have the equipment, and there's something that's that's going to do even better. We'll go ahead and purchase it, and then we'll
Well,
kind of
it's
trade
so
that one off.
important. Someone like me, I don't know, so they do need a full inspection to get the whole story.
Right? Yeah. It's best to have a whole story because you don't
Yeah,
want
you
to buy
don't want to
nobody
buy it
else's.
and then the toilet's backing up and
Right.
not have a home inspection.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's not required.
Right. It's not.
Right.
And stuff and what have you, but it will definitely save you a lot of money
Yep, yeah, I
Of course.
to
agree.
know, have that
I agree.
information, and
Absolutely.
be prepared for it.
Absolutely.
Agree.
Now, we've gone over so much information today, and you always provide such great information, so thank you for that, Calvin.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have to end the show
I
at
know.
some point, right?
Office, yeah.
But if someone is interested in doing any of these inspection types with you, how do they reach you, Calvin?
They can reach me a whole bunch of different ways. Of course,
Okay.
call the Bucket List Show. That's
Oh, of course.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
We'll
And-
point you in Calvin's
There you
direction.
go.
Yeah.
Then you can always call me directly at
course.
772-224-5655. And then, of course, the website, BesitaHomeInspection.com.
Okay,
And
fantastic.
stuff. Or Google. I think we're now probably one of the top rankings
Oh,
on
that's
Google.
fantastic. The SEO is
Yeah.
good.
Google certified, that's nice.
Yeah,
Nice, right.
Perfect.
Google certified. And,
Nice.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for you.
yeah. Or just type my name, Calvin Johnson. I think
Calvin.
you'll find me that way too.
That's right.
It's there.
He's out there everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
We get around. Yeah, we do get around.
And of course, Rebecca and I are always here to help with any
Yes.
questions that you have, whether they're related to inspections or real estate that you're
Yep,
interested
absolutely.
in purchasing or selling.
Yep.
Or even investing in. So
Correct.
if you want to reach me, again, I'm Tammy Crandall with Barron Real Estate and Journey Venture Travel and Tours, and my number is 772-579-9536.
And I am Rebecca Denise, also with Barron and Superior Storage. You can reach me at 203-482-7297. Be kind, everybody.